It is the final home game of the regular season for the Grand Canyon University Lopes as they will take on the visiting Dixie State University Trailblazers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the GCU Soccer Stadium for tonight's home WAC finale between the Dixie State Trailblazers and your number 20th ranked Grand Canyon University Antelopes. I'm Kyle Borg. Tonight joining me in the booth is Dominic Hinton. And Dom, the Lopes were here last weekend to play California Baptist, where they were able to come away with a great win and get themselves in sole possession of first place in the WAC.
Obviously, having their season pushed to the spring, they were they're second in the conference, or they were picked, actually, excuse me. They were picked before the season to be second in the conference. Right now they're ranked first, having themselves a beautiful start to this historic season, and can't ask for anything better if you're Coach Shellis Heidman.
Yeah, well, the Lopes come into this one at 5-0 on the season. That is officially the best start in any Grand Canyon men's soccer team history, as they are one of 9 teams in the country that are unbeaten and untied to this point in the season. Well, this Dixie State Trailblazers team, Dominic, is coming into the WAC for the first time ever as they are transitioning from Division II to Division I this year.
Yeah, absolutely. They're sitting currently in 6th place in the WAC with a 2-4 overall record. 2-4 overall and conference record, I should say. The Trailblazers started the season with back-to-back losses to Air Force and San Jose State, picking up their first win, 2-1 over Incarnate Word, and then Dixie State dropped 2 more matches, getting shut out by Seattle U and Cal Baptist. In their last matchup, the Trailblazers took down Houston Baptist 2-1 for their first home victory of the season.
Yeah, both their wins are at that 2-1 score line, and they did have one non-conference game on their schedule. They were supposed to go to San Diego State on February the 11th, but that one was canceled before it could happen. So 2-4 on the year is the same record in the conference for them. The Lopes are 5-0 with the same record as well. Sitting in second place is Seattle University at 4-1-1 in the WAC, followed by UTRGV at 3-0-2. And of course, the Lopes were supposed to play UTRGV early in the season, but had that one postponed as well. So as it is the final home game of the season, that does mean, Dominic, that it is senior night here at the GCU Soccer Stadium, and the Lopes are going to honor 9 seniors as you take a look at the senior class.
Of course, yeah, you've got George Tesouris, Billy Colhane, Michael Haynes, Ariel Aguas, Justin Rasmussen, Marco Afonso, Mario Sandreu, Ray Gatan, and Tashi Asuda, some of the premier players for the Lopes. It's also Shellis Heidman's last home game here at GCU Soccer Stadium. He was honored pregame along with his seniors. Before the game, Coach Shellis Heidman talked about just how much this meant to him, seeing some of these seniors come out here tonight that have been with him the last 4 years. Got a little emotional, we saw, Kyle, and I think it's going to be a big night for these seniors and for Coach Shellis Heidman.
That's right. They honored the seniors about 20 minutes or so ago now, so we weren't able to show you what the pregame festivities looked like, but each senior came out, had their picture with Coach Hyman and the athletic director, Jamie Boggs, before receiving their gift and then moving on and then having one final team picture with Coach Hyman as he was presented with a gift from the university as well. You take one more look, those 9 seniors. It's a large senior class this year, and this class has really been a key part of the GCU's success, as the majority of them were on that team that won the 2018 WAC tournament title.
Absolutely, and Coach Hyman said, as everybody knows after last game, this is my last year. I want to get all the seniors, the guys who played for me for 4 years, the guys that mean a lot to me. So senior night is an opportunity for them to be recognized for their contributions to GCU soccer. Their families were out, and they were able to represent them and recognize them in a very special way.
That's right, families here in attendance in this limited crowd that we have here at the GCU Soccer Stadium this evening. Of course, all masked up and socially distant just in front of our booth here behind the benches, as the seniors some of them will start, not all of them will, unfortunately, here tonight. It is a little bit larger of a class than you normally see, but we'll have more with Coach Hyman at halftime. I was able to sit down with him earlier this week to talk about his career and what it means to him and what this night means as well. We did hint at it. He did get a little bit emotional, as we saw earlier, him down on the field getting presented with that gift from Grand Canyon University. So he'll have 2 more games after tonight. They'll go to Seattle and UNLV before going back to UNLV for the WAC tournament at the end of April, 13th through 17th, and then hopefully the NCAA tournament after that, as they are ranked number 11 in the RPI right now. UTRGV just ahead of them in the RPI at number 9. So you got to think, with that record, the Lopes don't necessarily need to win the WAC tournament to get into the tournament, but nonetheless, Coach Hyman would love another WAC title before going off into the sunset and retirement.
Well, absolutely, Kyle. And as you know, like you just said, you don't necessarily need to win that WAC tournament with how they've been playing and their rankings. However, I think it is expected that they are able to win that. They have all the tools to be able to come into Las Vegas and come out victorious.
Earlier this week, the GCU community lost a member of its family. Men's basketball player Oscar Freyer, who lost his life in a car accident, was the heart and soul of the team. His smile and energy could be felt throughout any arena he stepped foot in. To fans, he was known as the High Flyer for his amazing athletic ability and electrifying dunks. We here at GCU TV would like to extend our thoughts and prayers to his family and the families of the other 2 victims who lost their lives in the accident earlier this week. They are gone, but never forgotten. As the starting lineups wrap up, we'll go ahead and send you down to the field for the end of those lineups for a moment of silence, the prayer, and the national anthem.
And your goalkeeper, number 1, George Tassuri. Your Lopes are led by head coach Dallas Hyman, assisted by Tim McClemick, Vladimir Davidovich, and Daniel Sherebronner. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we want everyone to stand to take a moment and reflect on the tragic loss the Grand Canyon University commuters suffered earlier this week when GCU student athlete and men's basketball player Oscar Freyer and 2 others lost their lives in a car accident in California. We join the university in remembering them and praying for the Freyer family and our GCU Lopes family during this difficult time. We will now observe a moment of silence in honor of the lives lost. Thank you. And now, fans, please join us with a word of prayer. Tonight's prayer will be led by Luke Light, a freshman majoring in business finance and economics and a cheerleader here at GCU.
Bow your heads with me. Dear God, we thank you for the opportunity to be out here on this field. We thank you for the beautiful game that you allow us to play. We thank you for the players and the opponents, the fans and the referees, God. And tonight we ask your hand of protection over both sides and a successful outcome for the Lopes. We raise this all up in your name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we now honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
As the teams get set to take the field right before kickoff, let's take a look to see how the Lopes can stay undefeated with the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Well, Kyle, here are your 3 keys to the game, as always presented by Sanderson Ford. Number 1, they're just getting started. GCU has stayed undefeated last week with that win over Cal Baptist, and the Lopes' 5-0 record is the best start in program history. Makes GCU one of just 9 teams in the nation with an undefeated and untied record. Number 2, a little bit of national recognition for the Lopes. Lopes are ranked in 3 national polls this week, checking in at number 20 on the United Soccer Coaches poll, number 24 on the Top Drawer Soccer poll, and 25 in the College Soccer News poll. So GCU ranked number 11 in the RPI, and Rasmussen also earned a national recognition this week, was the first GCU student athlete to be named College Soccer News National Team of the Week. At number 3, the end of an era. Coach Shellis Heidman announced that he will retire at the conclusion of this season. Heidman is the second winningest active coach among D1 men's soccer with 508 record, 169 losses and 58 ties, inducted into the United Soccer Coaches Hall of Fame. And no matter what, the Lopes are looking to get this win for Coach Shellis Hyman and his last time at the GCU Soccer Stadium.
If you missed the starting lineups, let's go ahead and recap those Talking Stick Resort starting lineups. First, for your number 20 Grand Canyon University Lopes, they will start Isai Easley, Alexis Canales, Senior Marco Afonso, Hugo Logan, Senior Captain Justin Rasmussen, Senior Alejandro Fernandez Alcade, Mario Sandreu, another senior, Pedro Mondragon, Ariel Aguas, the senior, and the freshman forward, Maximilian Moeller, with George Tesouris, another senior, in the goal as always. He's given up 4 goals on the year. He's got a .80 goals against average. He's got 8 saves, and he's saving the ball at 66%. And just like the Lopes, he is a perfect 5-0 with 2 shutouts on the year. The starting lineup for the Dixie State Trailblazers goes like this: Matt Lockwood, Nico Shumov, Cade Ballingham, Duncan McKenna, Logan Buse, Idris Alibi, Larson Rogers, Jimmy Valasenor, AJ Abadesa, and Trevor Dillon, with the goalkeeper Jacob Moore from New Zealand in the goal in the black goalkeeper jersey. For Dixie State, who is decked out in red, Lopes in white with the purple shorts, and we are underway under the lights here on a Friday night in Phoenix.
Well, right away, look for the Lopes to put a little bit of pressure here on Dixie State's defense early on, trying to get this goal as quick as possible to get things started.
Fast-paced play on the near side here, going back to the middle, as the Lopes will look to strike early and often. They've scored 10 goals as a team through 5 games, so averaging an even 2 goals a game. And a Dixie State team that has improved significantly over the course of the season. They were picked to finish last in the preseason poll. Of course, this is their first season in Division I and in the Western Athletic Conference, as they try to cut back to the middle but can't do so, as the Lopes take it away up the field. One touch looking for Rasmussen, but it's out of play on the far side, and Dixie State will take back over.
Well, Rasmussen, we mentioned this in our keys, Kyle, was named the College Soccer News National Team of the Week on March 21st. The first GCU player in history to earn that honor.
Yeah, part of that national starting 11. Only 11 people get it each week, and Justin Rasmussen, the only Lope to ever do so. He's had a great season, leads the team in scoring. Isai Easley, the junior captain from Hawaii, takes it away. Now looking up for Marco Afonso. Afonso, one touch. Did it get around? It will. Here comes Marco. Marco in the middle, finding Logan, has a shot, and it's deflected out of play, and a corner kick coming for the Lopes. Just a minute and 40 seconds into this game. It'll be their 21st corner of the season, and it'll come off the left boot of Justin Rasmussen.
Well, a good-looking sequence there. Afonso with a good location, a nice little touch to Logan, but Hugo unable to put it in the back of the net.
Rasmussen will start it here. Cross into the box. Headed away by the Trailblazers defense, but the Lopes get it back now. Aguas sends it in. Headed on Isaisley got one right on net, but it's saved by the junior Jacob Moore, the transfer from Jamestown Community College, as he is in the goal for his 6th start of the season for Dixie State. He's given up 11 goals on the year, a 2.18 goals against average. He's got 17 saves. He's saving the ball at 60%, and he is 2-3 on the season. Logan will be called for the foul in the middle of the field. And Dixie State will take back over in the midfield circle. Lopes trying to put the foot on the gas early here, Dom. It's a faster pace of play to start. They're really trying to attack and expose this Dixie State defense.
Well, this Dixie State defense has proved with their record that they don't necessarily stand the test of the full 90 minutes. They're definitely struggling here early on this season, so excuse me, the Lopes able to capitalize early on could be huge for the momentum of this game.
Into the middle and taken away by the Lopes defense. Logan, drop pass, it's to Afonso. Sending it up for Moeller. His chest settle attempt is too strong, and Dixie State gets it back. Whistle and a foul on Pedro Mondragon of the Lopes defense, and Dixie State will take back over in the middle on that far side with the former Lope, Nico Shumov.
Yeah, Nico Shumov, a part of the Lopes team back in 2018. Transferred over to Phoenix College and then over to Dixie State.
Now facing his former team in the place that he formerly called home. Now it'll be quickly thrown in and then headed back away, as Abadessa is going to come back and take another throw. That last thrown attempt was intended for Jimmy Villasenor, but it couldn't get to him. See if they try and pick him out again on this near side. As Abadessa will throw. They will go for Villasenor, and it's taken away by the Lopes defense again. There's a rip, but it's into the awaiting hands of the Lopes goalkeeper, George Tesouris. Been the goalkeeper since he stepped foot on campus back in that 2018 season. He did miss that opening game of that year when the Lopes took down number 10 Wisconsin here at home, but that has been the only game that I believe he has not started. Rasmussen gets in. Here comes the captain. Back to his right foot, and it's tackled out of play. And another corner kick coming as Rasmussen will take this one as well.
Yeah, that was Alec Labarge on the defense for Dixie State there. Good job getting out in front, trying to knock that ball away, do anything he can to help protect the net for the Trailblazers.
Lopes will go short. Return pass, Rasmussen went across, but it was tackled away by Abadessa. Now cleared away by the Trailblazers defense as Alejandro Fernandez-Alcade will come out and play it back up for the Lopes. Trying to find Rasmussen, and it's poked out of play, and a throw-in coming for Alejandro Fernandez-Alcade. In the middle for Hugo Logan. Gets the return, and now a chip in. Logan header for Moeller. It finds his foot, and now we'll get out wide again. Cross in, well over Afonso's head, and it'll be chased down by Dixie State. Lopes pick it back up. Andreu with it. He'll send it in for Alexis Canales. Now back out wide for Mondragon, and it's back to Isaisley in the middle of the pitch for the Lopes. Moving it from far side to near side, or left to right, and now it's out of play. And Abadessa, number 33, will take it for Dixie State. Abadessa has started 5 of the 6 games for Dixie State this season as Logan comes up with it off the throw-in. Marios Andreu, who had a goal against California Baptist in the last game that the Lopes played last Friday night, finds Alejandro Fernandez-Alcade. His cross attempt is an errant one, and it's out of play behind the net for a goal kick for Jacob Moore.
Well, right away, Kyle, you're already seeing how the Lopes is just putting so much pressure back there on the defense for the Trailblazers. In these first few sequences here, as we're coming up just over 7 minutes, beginning of this game, the Lopes have been in all firing on all cylinders offensively, kind of keeping this one in control.
Dixie State will pick up a throw in. Throw finds Rogers, and now it's out of play again. An injured Lope down for the moment. I believe that's Hugo Logan. It is number 10 for the Lopes in his sophomore season.
Good to see Hugo getting back up there. Looks like it took a hard one right to the nose.
Alibi can't win it for Dixie State. Now the Lopes will take back over in their defensive third. Rasmussen to Andreu. Andreu puts on the brakes and will find his defensive teammate Isai Isley, who sends it across. And now back for Aguas. Gets out wide. Pedro Mondragon's got it on the far side. He's going to cross one in. Trying to pick out Maximilian Moeller. Jacob Moore coming well off his line to the top half of that 18-yard box to pick it up and not allow the Lopes offense in behind the Dixie State defense.
Yeah, Moore got to be on his wheelhouse there, because if Moeller would have gotten even just a tap on it, I guarantee he would have sent that one to the back of the net. This
one gets through. Isai Isley's there, the all-WAC honorable mention from a season ago, and the lone Lope to be picked to the all-conference team. Dixie State did not have any preseason all-conference nominees. As you see the foul right there on Duncan McKenna from Honolulu, Hawaii, will pick up his first of the evening as Ariel Aguas will get it started for the Lopes on the back line. Dixie State's been shut out just 3 times this season. All were losses. As they pick it back up, here come the Trailblazers. Now the foul after the advantage. So the Trailblazers not afraid of this very solid Lopes back line, who have only given up 4 goals all season long. As Buse will come and take it. He's got a goal on his season. He'll cross one in. Headed down to the penalty spot. Appeals for another handball, not going to get it. Denied by the official. Sent back in. A collision between 2 Trailblazers, but they get it back out wide with Buse. Drop back to the former Lope, and now sent all the way back to Jacob Moore as Hugo Logan will give chase. Lopes pick it up. Here's Afonso for Moeller in the middle. Back to Marco. Makes a move, and Marco's taken out. Marco Afonso, he takes a lot of hits.
Oh, absolutely. This is a guy that's not afraid to get big and physical out there on the field. Good to see he's coming up on his own accord off that one. Looked like that one stung him a little bit.
Just a little bit, as the South African native is back to his feet. He missed all last season due to a torn ACL, but good to see him back out there this year. He's got an assist on the season. He set up that first goal of the year to Maximilian Moeller here at home against Houston Baptist in a 2-1 victory. And a beautiful cross to the 6'3" forward of the Lopes. He's going to be a mainstay, hopefully, here at GCU for the next 3 seasons.
Kyle, the last time these 2 teams met up, October 20th, 2012, GCU beat Dixie State 3-0. That was the 9th straight win of the 2012 season for the Lopes. They shut out the Trailblazers for their 4th shutout of that season.
Afonso crosses one in, and it's headed away. Yeah, it's been 8 years since these 2 teams have last met. Of course, the last time they met, they were both members of Division II and the Pac West Conference. So former Pac West foes, as that one almost got through for Dixie State, but the Lopes pick it back up with Afonso. Took a bump, and now it'll get whistled back for a foul. Second time now Afonso's been taken out, and the Lopes in a favorable position for this one. The first goal against California Baptist was scored by Justin Rasmussen in the 12th minute. We have hit the 12th minute here in this one. As you see Rasmussen and Afonso over the ball, as Afonso will head away and Rasmussen will serve it up off his left foot. Headed away, Afonso's with it. His pass is deflected out of play, and now Alejandro Fernandez-Alcade will come over and likely take the throw for Grand Canyon. Afonso lays it off, and the Lopes will look to restart their offense. In the middle, here's Moeller, return pass. As Afonso intercepts. Afonso tried to nutmeg a Dixie State defender, but unsuccessfully done. All the way back for Isai Easley. Ariel Aguas will set it up and switch fields. Attempting to find Pedro Mondragon on the far side, and now it'll trickle over the goal line. And a goal kick coming for Jacob Moore, 13 and a half minutes into play here on this Friday night in Phoenix.
I'll tell you what, Kyle, early on here, as we, like you said, hit the 13.5-minute mark, we've seen the Lopes put a lot of pressure on, like we mentioned, but they've been getting some good looks, haven't been able to pull the trigger or be able to sink one in the back, but at the end of the day, they keep getting these good looks. I guarantee they'll get a few points on the board tonight.
Looking to come up with their 6th straight victory in this one. Abadessa trying to find Alibi, can't do so successfully. Lopes have it in the middle, Moeller. Can't pick out Afonso. Dixie State takes back over. Foul on Hugo Logan after the pass was away, and Dixie State will get another free kick. That'll be the 4th foul on Grand Canyon, and both sides have 8 fouls early on here through the first 15 minutes in this opening half. Dixie State picks it back up, and it trickles back out. Larson will send it over. It's Larson Rogers, and now back up top. Looking to cut hard to the middle. Crosses over everybody, and the Lopes will be able to take it and move it upfield. Lopes bench wanted a foul, not going to get it. A lot of ball on that tackle as Afonso is still down on this near side, and now a stoppage. As Coach Hyndman is livid with the officiating after that no call.
Yeah, Hyndman really wanted a call on that one. Not happy that he couldn't get it. Trying to plead his case here. See if the ref has a little conversation.
Coach working hard here in his final home game for the Lopes. Unfortunately, you know, even if the Lopes made the tournament this year, the tournament will not be at campus sites after the announcement yesterday. Both the men's and the women's Division I soccer tournaments will both take place in the state of North Carolina at the same time. They'll have the 48 women's teams and the 36 men's teams all converging on the state of North Carolina at the end of April into the middle of May.
Doing a little bubble action there.
Hope to see the Lopes.
Love to see the Lopes
in North Carolina at the end of April after a WAC tournament victory.
Well, the way they're playing here, Kyle, early on this season, if they keep this up, we definitely should see them in North Carolina.
Yeah, you might even think an at-large bid
absolutely
could be plausible. They don't take very many at-larges in college soccer because they only take 36 men's teams. Last time the Lopes were in the tournament, they won the WAC tournament in 2018. Offside flag is going to go up on Moeller. He was not back in an onside position before the ball was played. And a good call from the near side assistant. Assistant referees today, Benjamin Scott and Mike Ambrose. The center official, Robbie Holner. Those are your 3 officials in the yellow jerseys. And another foul on the Lopes, and now we're going to get a yellow card out of the referee's pocket. That's on the senior, Ariel Aguas. Number 32 picking up his first yellow of the season. The referee sending the herd of Lopes away as they want an explanation on that.
Errol Aguas, the transfer from Phoenix College, native of Ecuador. 2019 as a junior, named an all-WAC honorable mention for his performance during the season. Started 14 games for the Lopes, appeared in 16. Contributed to all 6 of GCU's shutouts that season, making a big impact early on in this early season.
Tesori's takes the free kick away off the foot of Logan Buse. And they will start it from the back with Isai Easley. Can't find Logan, but the Lopes get it back from Canales. Turned over in the middle. Moeller takes it back after the errant pass. He's going to look to switch, trying to find Rasmussen. These two have been a deadly combination all season long. Rasmussen trying to go through a defender, can't do so. Dixie State had it for a moment, and then it's knocked out of play, and a throw-in coming for the Trailblazers, who at 2-4 sit in 6th place in the Western Athletic Conference entering today. They are the only team outside of the top 5 that does not have a winning record. Everybody from spots 1 through 5 has at least 3 victories on the season in Western Athletic Conference play, and at least 3 on the season as well.
Well, Dixie State fans have got to be at least somewhat happy, as they were picked to finish dead last, so moving up a few spots, not too bad.
And that's
early
not
on.
surprising for a team that's transitioning from Division II to Division I in your first year in a conference.
Absolutely.
But they have played very well. You know, their worst loss is 5-0. Everything else outside of the Air Force 4-0 loss, you know, 9 of the 15 goals they've given up were in 2 games. Everything else was, they've only given up 2, as that one's headed away.
So the record might not show it, but after that opening series against Air Force, Dixie State's slowly starting to find their rhythm this season, find their place in the WAC.
Just the anomaly with California Baptist as well. You know, they had that 2-1 loss to San Jose State, 2-1 win, 2-0 loss, and a 2-1 win, and then the 4-0 and the 5-0 losses.
Yep.
Now, of course, the Lopes beat California Baptist last week here at home 3-1 after California Baptist beat Dixie State 5-0. Now, the Lopes do lead this all-time series 8-2, and we mentioned it a little earlier that it's the first time in 8 years that these two sides are seeing each other. So the Lopes lead the all-time series, and they're on a 3-game win streak as well. That one gets through. Who's going to get a touch to it? It's the Lopes around more. Goal, GCU, it's 1-0.
Yeah, Kyle, and that looks like that's
Pedro Mondragon.
Yep, absolutely. Mondragon with a nice little touch, sending that one to the back of the net. The Lopes are going to go up 1-0 here in the 19th minute of this first half.
The sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona gets his first career goal as a Lope.
Talk about a good one, too. That one placed perfectly in front of him, and with a nice little touch.
The transfer from Yavapai Community College. Lopes are going to look to score again. Oh, almost had Rasmussen streaking down the far side. Now, they scored 2 goals against California Baptist in a matter of 43 seconds. That was goals 2 and 3. Andreu's called for a foul as the referee gives him a talking to as he jogs back into place. The assist will go to the goalkeeper, George Tesori's, on that last goal. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's something you don't usually see there, Kyle. A goalie assist, but hey, been a crazy, historic start to this season for the Lopes. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Going to believe that's George's first ever assist as a Lope. don't see anything indicating otherwise, so Tesouris will pick up his first career assist. So now the Lopes, with a 1-0 lead, they're used to playing out in front of teams. It's always easier to play out in front, like Will Clark said after that California Baptist win a week ago.
Well, now the Lopes can get a little bit comfortable here, Kyle. They've got themselves that 1-0 lead early on. Now they can find their rhythm a little bit more, not worried about getting that first point on. They know their defense is solid, and they've got a wall in George Tesouris back there, so they can get to work and see they can slowly start to continue to wear down this Dixie State defense.
The Lopes will restart and look to switch things quickly. It's over to the goal scorer, Mondragon. And you know what? Mondragon's just a great last name.
Oh, absolutely. A cool last name at that,
It's a soccer player last name, as Eastley will send it up. Looked like Moore might have been outside of his box just a little bit by the time he made contact with that ball. It was dangerously close.
Yeah, I was going to say awfully close there, Kyle. That one, wish you would have gotten a closer look at that, whether or not he was outside the box.
In the middle, Canales. No foul. Logan picks it up. Here's Justin Rasmussen on the far side. Crossed in. Moeller! Wide.
Talk about a good look, Kyle. And I wish you all at home could see the look on Kyle Borg's face at that moment, because that one was awfully close. Rasmussen
A
looking
beautiful
for Moeller
ball
there.
served up. Rasmussen had his hands on his head. You know, and that's soccer for you sometimes. It's the most beautiful ball you can play in. It doesn't get set up any better, and you just mistouch it on the other end. And Moeller did a great job to get behind his defender before Moore could even make an attempt, as that ball was played into no man's land. So as a goalkeeper, you know, you either have to go right for that ball on the cross, or you sit back and hope you get a piece of it. And he decided to sit back, and he lucked out that Moeller tapped it just wide of the post.
Well, Moore guessing right there.
Yeah, anytime you can play a ball into no man's land for a goalkeeper, whether that be between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box or right in the middle of that 6-yard box, it gets pretty dicey for the goalkeeper. You just start to hold your breath and hope something like what just happened happens, as the Lopes get called for another foul, and it looks like Logan Buse will step up and take the free kick yet again. Already in this opening half, that's going to be the 6th team foul on the Lopes, 5 for Dixie State. Just 23 minutes into this one. Mondragon's goal, where we stand right now at 1-0, came just before the 19-minute mark. So that one's headed away by the Lopes and out of play over near that WAC championship banner on the far side. Dixie State back into the middle. Shumov sends it over to Abadessa. Taken away by Afonso. In the middle, here's Logan looking to counter now for the Lopes. He'll take it hard to the middle. And Afonso had to let it go as he trickled into an offside position, and it gets out of play for a goal kick.
Well, Lopes fans, you can get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshop.gcu.edu to find everything Grand Canyon University, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GameDay20 today only to get 20% off just for being a GCU TV viewer. That's right, GameDay20, and you get 20% off just for tuning in. Log on and get your gear today.
Never a bad time to get gear from the Lope Shop. You can never have too much purple in your closet.
And the way the Lopes soccer team is playing this season, might want to get ahead of that gear. I'm sure it'll go fast as
The season starts to wind down just a little bit.
Absolutely.
Now the Trailblazers with it on the far side. Sending it in. Alibi. Off of the Lopes last and out of play at Dixie State corner. Their first of the game and their 26th on the season.
Oh, you just mentioned his name not too long ago, but junior midfielder Idris Alibi. He leads Dixie State with 7 points this season, has 3 goals, recorded 1 assist in the 6 match plays coming in tonight.
Definitely the most dangerous Trailblazer the Lopes need to worry about.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure Dixie State is looking to get him going. Definitely, as we're at the 26-minute mark here in the first half.
The Vail, Arizona native stands at 6'1". He's taken 4 shots on goal and just 6 shots total, so he puts a lot of pressure on opposing goalkeepers as Afonso checks out Yasuda. His another senior checking in on the near side for the Lopes. They'll go in the middle for Logan. He'll make a turn. Looking to find Yasuda, but it doesn't get through, and another throw-in coming for the Lopes in front of the Dixie State Trailblazer bench.
Yeah, Tosh Yasuda, the senior, getting to get some minutes in on senior night here. Back in 2019, started all 6 games he played for the Lopes. Scored the Lopes' first goal of that season in less than 2 minutes in the home opener against Northern Kentucky. GCU went on to win that game 3-0. Finished the season with 2 goals, recorded 4 points.
Now they're looking to find Yasuda again. It gets through. He picks it up. Tosh Yasuda to his left foot. Back corner.
And Kyle Borg, how about a little fancy footwork there by Tosh Yasuda, able to get around his defender and bury it into the corner of the net.
And right on cue, just as you're talking about him, Tosh Yasuda gets his first goal of the season, just his 4th shot of the year, curling it perfectly into the top left corner, and it's 2-0 in favor of the hosts.
Oh, Yasuda taking that one all himself, getting around his defender with a couple nice moves there. And always good to see a senior getting to score on senior night in front of family and friends.
A senior from Las Cruces, New Mexico, had 2 goals in 2019, has a goal now on his senior spring campaign. Dixie State going to look to answer quickly after this one played in. Nobody home. Tesorius will stop it with his right foot. And now we'll pick it up and start the offense for the Lopes. And he'll roll it out quickly to Ariel Aguas. So now 2 goals in less than 10 minutes, Dom, for the Lopes, and they're up 2-0.
Well, now the Lopes are really getting comfortable here, but not comfortable in the sense that they're going to play back. The Lopes play a full 90 at full speed. That's how Shellis Heidman likes them to go. That's how he's coached them. So they'll keep going. They'll keep applying this pressure. It does not matter the score, but they're firing on all cylinders. They've got themselves a nice little cushion here early on.
It is a yellow card on Pedro Mondragon. So now the left center back and the left fullback for GCU both have yellow cards. So that left side of the defense has to be careful.
I believe that's foul number 7 for GCU.
It will be foul number 7. Foul number is 5 for Dixie State. Lopes pick it back up. Have to go quick and get it out. They will. Now all the way across, Pedro Mondragon. Lopes pick it up, trying to find the senior Rasmussen, looking to add a 3rd. He'll cross one in, headed away by the diving header of Dixie State.
I believe that was Jack Terrell.
That was Trevor Dillon, 35.
Trevor Dillon on that one.
The freshman from Draper, Utah, who has started all 6 games for Dixie State so far.
Dillon making that nice diving header to clear it.
A goal-saving diving header for the time being. Served up from Rasmussen. Headed away again, but not out. Lopes pick it up. One touch around. Moore's going to come out. It's a trickled away. Here's the rebound attempt. Tie.
The Lopes so good off the shot, following it up and able to make all of those plays, but unable to sink it in the back of the net there. The Trailblazers here struggling to clear it out of the box, Kyle, not able to have any answer so far for this red-hot offense for the Lopes.
Logan checks out. Alec Labarge will check in for GCU. No substitutions yet for the Trailblazers of Dixie State. Andreu whistled for a foul, and that might be the easiest call the referee's going to have to make all night. He jumped into the back and took out the Trailblazer player, and ultimately a foul on the Lopes. This will be Nico Shumov who will send it in. Canales bumped off the ball. Does he win it back? The Lopes will on the throw-in as it gets over the touchline. Lopes going to keep it on the throw-in at midfield. Half-hour mark, we've passed it here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. Lopes have 2 goals through the first half hour of play, and are up 2-0 right now. Soares tried to get one through to Yasuda again. Looking for a second assist maybe. George wants to be a little bit more involved, it looks like today.
Well, when your offense is playing so well and keeping the ball on the other side of the field, you get a little tired back there in the other box.
Yeah, George only has to make 1 save so far. Had 2 saves against California Baptist and only has had to make 8 stops on the year. Gets through. Here's Rasmussen. Oh, and the offside flag is up. That was a close one. I thought he might have stayed just onside as it trickled through past the outstretched leg of the defender. As Ballingham is going to take the free kick. Now on the indirect side for Dixie State as it's sent up the field. Headed through, Lopes take it back. Moeller in the middle of the field has it. He'll make a turn, knocked down. Advantage will be played. Here's Yasuda. Out wide, Alejandro Fernandez Alcade. He'll send one in. Headed to the back post. Nobody home, and now headed back for the Trailblazer defense. Lopes able to corral it just for a moment. As Nico Shumov is called for the foul on Tosh Yasuda. Again, that's the former Lope number 6 in red. Played 5 games here in 2018 before deciding to transfer to Phoenix Community College, and then ultimately where he is now to Dixie State, although he was a part of that WAC tournament winning team and a team that made an NCAA tournament appearance. Sent back into the box, and Jacob Moore will pick it up, and Dixie State will start things over, looking to get a goal back before halftime. Abadesa can't get that through. Buse sends it across, but it's right to the white shirts of GCU, and they'll pick it back up as they cross midfield. Alibi got a touch to it. And sent back for the Lopes. Canales in the middle. He'll take a tumble and then is ultimately pushed to the ground to finish the fall. And the Lopes will go quickly on the restart. Here's Yasuda in the middle. He'll have a ton of space. He's going to find Rasmussen. Back to Yasuda. A little too much dancing with it is Tosh Yasuda as he turns it over. It was a beautiful combination play with Justin Rasmussen. And now, looks like Isai Easley and Idris Alibi are tangled up, but no call from an official. Much to the chagrin of Coach Johnny Broadhead of Dixie State. Rasmussen picks it up. He'll get it to his dominant left foot. And we'll drop it back. It's played back in. Over top of everybody, and it'll get all the way to the far corner flag before Dixie State picks it up, as we got 10 minutes left to play here in half number 1. 35 minutes in.
And that one didn't end up in a goal there, obviously. The cross to the middle ended up going out of bounds, but nonetheless, the Lopes working well so far on offense. We saw a good combo move earlier, but the Lopes trying to get something done. Would love to tack on one more before the end of this half, Kyle.
Absolutely, had 3 in the first half against California Baptist in that 3-1 victory. It's taken away. Coach Heineman not happy with that, thought it should have been a foul. Looking to switch, Lope's going to pick it up, and now a handball on Pedro Mondragon. And the Lopes are going to make the restart come at a little bit later than Dixie State would have liked. As you can see him standing right in front of that. And the spray foam will have to come out from the referee to mark off everybody. You see 3 Trailblazers standing over it for a moment, but now the former Lope, Nico Shumo, will. See if he tries to take a shot on George Tesori's. They've only got 1 shot on the day, or on goal on the day, 2 total, right into the awaiting hands of George Tesori's, however. Trying to get him leaning one direction, but George not fooled.
Well, he's not fooled very often on that one, stands his ground and able to hold that one in.
Now, if you are a faithful Lope men's soccer fan, you've known George Tesori's for a while, and you know that he is a great option in the goal for GCU, as Rasmussen has it on the far side. Back to his right foot in the middle. A rip on the ground. Gets deflected, and Fernandez Alcade will have to send in the second ball. As Dixie State picks it back up. Another foul on GCU, coming in the back line on the defensive side of the field for Dixie State. But if you look at this Lopes team from a year ago, at 4-9-4, 1-7-3 in the WAC, you're thinking, how are they 5-0? Right now? Well, they were plagued by the injury bug last season, and unfortunately most of it was on their offensive side on the attack for the Lopes, and now a foul on Dixie State. But this year, a little bit healthier for the Lopes, which is a good sign. You can see it, they're 5-0.
Absolutely.
Scoring goals.
Absolutely. Alfonso's healthy this year. Yasuda is healthy this year. They're able to get everything working. Their offense is gelling well early on, and that's why they're 5-0, Kyle. They're communicating well with each other and everybody able to stay healthy. That's how your squad wins the WAC.
Absolutely, and you know, because most of those injuries happen to be on the offensive side, last year the defense could only do so much before eventually the more dominant teams like Seattle, Utah Valley, UTRGV, they were going to break through with 1 goal. Now the Lopes, they were not getting beat 3, 4, 5, nothing. It was 1, maybe 2 goals given up a game, because you have that solid defense like you've had for the last 3 years, and that's really been the Lopes' staple. They had those 6 shutouts back in that 2018 or last season, and then 9 shutouts the year before, and then 2 here this season in the shortened WAC play only year for Grand Canyon.
Well, their bread and butter is George Tesori is back there commanding that defense, obviously, Kyle. And like you said, it's true. Your defense can only do so much. Eventually, the bigger teams are going to come and break down that back line of yours. But The Lopes improving on their defense as well this season, but the offense, like you said, coming to life as that unexpected kind of shortened season last year did not go the way that they wanted.
So Logan Buse checks out, number 19, and number 10, Jandir Porta from West Valley City, Utah, checks in for the Dixie State Trailblazers as they have the ball now again, looking to go back into the middle. The Lopes defense is right there again. It's played all the way back, and it gets back for Jacob Moore. He'll have to run this one down off the errant pass. Here's Dixie State with it, looking to feed one through. Back to George Tesouris for the Lopes, and they will take back over.
We're approaching the final 5 minutes of the first half. The Lopes still up 2-0. Love to see them tack on one more. You mentioned earlier, Kyle, against Cal Baptist, they went into the half leading 3-0.
LaBarge has it on the far side. He'll find Rasmussen. Justin into the middle, lays it off. Andreu back for Isai Easley in the defense of the Lopes, and he'll get the return pass. On the give and go, Moeller back for Isai Easley, and it's turned over to Idris Alibi. And that is going to be a penalty kick and a card. Let's see what the color is. It's just going to be yellow on Isai Easley. So now 3 of the 4 Lopes defenders have picked up yellow cards, and I think that's probably an easy call for the official too, as Isai Easley pulled him down. He was trying to argue right there. You saw it on your screen pointing outside the box that he was outside before the foul occurred, but not too sure about that. And that started with the bad pass from Maximilian Moeller.
Oh, absolutely. That's what started it and led to Alibi trying to do a little breakaway move there, but Easley, I think that was the right call, Kyle, at the end of the day. Easley just got a little bit too physical.
And Alibi takes, Alibi puts it home, and it's 2-1 in favor of the Lopes. So the 4th goal for Idris Alibi, and the first time Dixie State has converted on a penalty kick this season, the 2nd time in 2 tries that the Lopes have given up a penalty kick against an opponent.
Well, the Lopes, like you said, they gave that one up. They may have just scored that one on themselves, as that kind of careless mistake, that foul inside the box resulted in that. This game should still be 2-0. That was just a given right there to the Trailblazers.
And a beautiful first move from Idris Alibi as well to get around Isai Easley that forced him to take him out and foul him. Now Moeller gets it on this near side, sending it back to the middle. Alec LaBarge has it. It takes a left-footed shot. That got deflected. A corner kick coming for the Lopes. Looks like Rasmussen's going to take it again. Normally you see Afonso on that side take it, but Afonso not in the game right now. He goes short. Canales return pass. Rasmussen to his left foot. Sends one in. Headed away. Not out of danger for the Trailblazer defense. And now it gets back to George Tesouris, who's all the way up at that midfield circle, looking to send in a secondary ball. Maybe even get a second assist. But it's headed away beautifully by Matt Lockwood on that far side for Dixie State.
And Kyle, wouldn't that just be awesome to see Tesouris get a second assist here in this game? We mentioned it earlier. Not often you ever see a goalie get an assist, but to get 2, that would just be the cherry on top of this season so far.
But that Lopes defense is in a little bit of danger. They got 3 of the 4 of them with yellow cards. It's Mondragon, Aguas, and Isai Easley, all with yellow cards. The only one that doesn't have one is Alejandro Fernandez Alcade. And now the Lopes are going to pick it up on the handball. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remain here in half number 1. A 2-1 lead that Dixie State is not going to be upset about, only trailing by 1 to the WAC leaders. If this score stands going into the half. As Andreu takes it away and finds Pedro Mondragon. Drops it off to his mate, Ariel Aguas. And then some miscommunication from the Lopes offense, and now a substitution coming for Dixie State. AJ Sampini, Riverdale, Utah native, will check in. Strong challenge, and the Lopes take it away again. Labarge out wide, can't get to its teammates. Off of Yasuda's right foot. Throw in coming for Dixie State. 45 seconds remaining on the clock here in the opening half of the home finale, and now a foul on Dixie State to even up the foul count at 10 apiece for both sides. 20 fouls here in the opening half. Referee has been busy. I think the Lopes might just be content to play a little bit of catch here in the final 20 seconds.
Yeah, Kyle, there looks like they're going to take this 2-1 lead, or at least try to, into the half.
That one's switched. Has a go, but George Tesori's able to gobble that one up. And the countdown is at 0. It is at the half, a Grand Canyon 2-1 lead over the visiting Dixie State Trailblazers. Goals by 2 different Lopes. It was Mondragon and then Yasuda, and then the penalty kick from Dixie State and Idris Alibi. That is where we stand right now. It's 2-1 as we get ready for halftime. We'll step aside. You're watching GCU men's soccer on GCU TV.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
When I think back on graduation day, it's such a special moment. Walking across the stage, hearing your name called. I think I would really regret not walking. I think being able to finish out a long college experience with an awesome moment like graduation is really special.
If I hadn't decided to walk that day, I think I'd regret not having that sense of closure and accomplishment for that huge chapter in my life.
My name's Noah and I graduated in 2015.
My name is Lauren and I graduated in 2016.
Herff Jones, by your side.
Back here at halftime at the GCU Soccer Stadium, where the Lopes hold on to a 1-goal lead over the visiting Dixie State Trailblazers. And let's go ahead and take a look at our updated Commonwealth halftime stats.
Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. As we take a look at that number, the goals, GCU has 2 compared to Dixie State's 1, and then the total shots, GCU outshooting Dixie State 9-5. The shots on goal, Dixie State does have 4 compared to the 3, and then, of course, GCU with 3 saves compared to Dixie State's 1, and then 2 offsides call for GCU, but total of 20 fouls in this game. A very physical first half. The ref was plenty busy, 10 on each side. And of course, those are your halftime stats, as always, presented by Commonwealth Insurance.
Yeah, very busy and physical half for both teams and the officiating crew, and a much-needed halftime break. Well, it is senior night here at the soccer stadium and the final home match of the career of the very decorated Shellis Heineman, head coach of men's soccer. I had the chance to sit down with him, and that video is coming up on the other side of this break.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's hiding from? Me. Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss. Sweet James. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Sweet James.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender. Or the color of your skin. Or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Halftime at the GCU Soccer Stadium is a 2-1 lead in favor of the good guys. The Lopes lead the Trailblazers by a 1-goal margin here at the half in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona. Well, the final home game has been reached here in this 2021 spring season, and I sat down with the head coach, Shellis Heineman, who will be retiring at the conclusion of this year, to talk to him about his 37 years in coaching.
Hello everyone, sitting down with the head coach of men's soccer, Shellis Heineman, as he is entering his final home game at the GCU Soccer Stadium tonight, as he will be retiring at the end of this spring season. So, Coach, 37 years is a long time to be a soccer coach, and you've had a illustrious career, to say the least. But what made you get into coaching to start? Why coaching instead of going farther as a professional soccer player?
You know, that's a great question. I think when I came to this country, that I obviously had problems with the language, but I always felt that I was pretty athletic and I did well in sports. And the people that probably influenced me the most into getting into coaching were my high school coaches, who really took an interest in me and helped me and helped me get recognized for colleges. So I wanted to be just like them. I wanted to coach, have an impact on the sport, and also have a fantastic impact on the players that played for me. So that's what got me into coaching.
Now, you talk about the impact on the players. Is there a moment from the past 37 years that you can say, this is why I got into coaching?
Well, the perfect moment would be this year. Justin Rasmussen. He was a player that was a good club player, but I was not really sure that he would be a good college player. But he came in with a great attitude, and when I bring players in, I look at talent and I look at attitude. His talent was maybe a B level or high C level, but his attitude was always an A. With that, you get a player that's interested in getting better. With that, you get a player that's committed 12 months out of the year, not just the 3 months of the season. And every time I was giving him more and more information, he would take that information, come back a month later, 6 months later, and perfected it. And he's now turned out to be probably our most productive player in his senior year, goal-scoring leader of the team last year as well as this year. And he's turned his body from a boy to a man. He's a great teammate. Everybody on the team respects him, likes him, and the coaching staff has recognized that. He's one of our captains. So I don't have to look too far back in my career. I can look right now and say probably the one that I feel that I have one of the greatest impact on is Justin.
Now, you are no stranger to taking teams transitioning to Division I or building a program into a powerhouse. You did it with Eastern Illinois to start, and then at SMU for 24 years, and now here at GCU in your 6th season. What has been the secret, I guess, to your success to being able to build that program into a national power and keep them in that conversation?
Well, I think, first of all, you have to have a purpose. And my purpose has always been to make the team as good as they can be. Now, a lot of things get into that. You know, you have to get the right players, you have to have support from the university, and you have to find success. And all those programs were very successful because I had the right players, I had support from the universities, and I had the ability to play the schedule I wanted to play. So when Eastern Illinois, went 3 times in 7 years to the Final Four, twice in Division II, in our first year in Division I, we went straight to the NCAA finals, the quarterfinals, I should say, the Final Four as well. So when you look at how Eastern Illinois did the first year in Division I, that was a makeup of some wonderful players who were all committed to perform. When I went to SMU, they were a decent program. It wasn't like they were terrible. They were a decent program, and they, very seldom has ever sniffed the NCAA tournament, and we got in the first year. I think the 24 years I was there, we got into the NCAA tournament 23 times. So we were able to build an unbelievable team, but more importantly, unbelievable structure, team culture, where players wanted to come play for us. With GCU, it's a program that was really coming from Division II. So it was a big leap to get into Division I, into the NCAA tournament. We did that 2 years ago by winning our conference. It's easier now to recruit. I think we have better developed players. When they come to us, they're already pretty developed, and now we just put them into a team structure. But I think it always comes from the leadership. What is your purpose? We want to find success. We want to have good people and good players. We want them to be respectful. We want them to be a positive influence towards the university. So I think we've been able to stay on those things.
Now, when you come out tonight, are you gonna have a flood of emotions? Is it gonna hit you when you walk out of that tunnel for the last time here at the soccer stadium, or will it not hit you till the end of that final whistle?
I think I'm a pretty seasoned person. I think I'm a pretty hard-nosed, been around a bit, but I think I also have a tremendous soft part in my heart. And I think this game will be very emotional for me. But again, I probably won't show it, but just talking about it now, I'm already getting emotional. It's, when you do something for so long a period of time and it's going to come to an end, it's going to come to an end. Now, I do have a few games to play on the road, but this environment here, the support that I have here, walking out with the players, potentially the last time we'll ever walk out together for a home game, it's going to mean a lot to me.
So, Coach, final question. When you look back on those 37 years, what is your one takeaway that you would take from the last 37 years?
Ooh, I think the one takeaway for me would be something that you wouldn't expect. When I count the tremendous records and the success, I'm walking away with that. When I'm think about the losses we had and the heartbreakers at an NCAA final or a quarterfinal game, they're here. They're still here. But that's not what I'm going to be thinking about. I try never to forget a player in my lifetime. The thing that I will never forget is the young men that's played for me. From the first team that I ever coached, 1976, to the last team I ever coached, those players mean a lot to me. And I'm so happy to say that I'm in tremendous contact with them. When I made my announcement that I was retiring, and it was sent out throughout the United States, I had 212 texts within the first 24 hours. I'm happy to say most of those texts were colleagues that I coached against, but the majority of them were players. Players that wishing me the best, tell me stories that they had. It almost took me down a memory lane. So that means a lot to me. And I know this team that'll be going out playing tonight will also know how much it means to me.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. You've had an outstanding career. You've made a huge impact, and it has been a pleasure getting to talk to you over the last 3 seasons. And going into your final home game, I wish you luck and nothing but the best going forward.
Thank you very much, Kyle.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
It's time to get away. It's time to escape. It's a new day to play. Your retreat awaits at Talking Stick Resort. Indulge your appetite for excitement with our thrilling table games, our electrifying slots, our outstanding restaurants, and our exceptional accommodations. It's all waiting for you. It's a new day to play at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
I'm personal injury attorney James Bergener. Accidents can happen. If something happens to you or your family, call me. My firm and I will take you by the hand and guide you through everything. You see, personal injuries are just that. They're personal. You're not a number. You're more than just a name. This is your life. At my firm, each case is professionally and personally tailored to you. So if you've been injured, I've got your back. Call me now for a free consultation.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
As the teams make their final adjustments before the start of the second 45 minutes of play, is a 2-1 GCU lead over Dixie State University. If you're just joining us, I'm Kyle Borg alongside Dominic Hinton, and Dom was pretty physical first half. 10 fouls on both sides, 20 so far through the first 45.
Well, absolutely, and a foul is what resulted in the first score for Dixie State. I should say the Trailblazers capitalizing off of that Isai Easley foul in the box, and then of course Alibi coming in to score that goal. Yeah, very physical first half, Kyle. 10 fouls each side, like you said, and wouldn't be surprised if we see an equally physical second half here.
Already 3 yellow cards in the game. All three on the Lopes, all three on Lopes defenders. Isai Isley, Ariel Aguas, the two center backs for the Lopes. And then on the outside, Ariel Aguas' partner on the left side, Pedro Mondragon, picked up that yellow card as well. Tesoriz assisted on the first goal of the day, and we are back underway. They find Afonso, who drops it back for Mondragon, and the Lopes defense will start things and look to maintain and build on this one-goal lead as it stands. Looking for Yasuda. They'll get out of play for a Dixie State throw.
Well, Yasuda scored the second goal of this game for the Lopes back in the first half. The senior scoring his first goal of the 2021 campaign on his senior night.
Well, here comes Yasuda again, trying to play one in. The trailer will pick it up. Mondragon, he's got a goal already on his day. Or that's Afonso, excuse me. Now Mondragon will pick it up. Now it's dropped back to the middle for Easley. Logan gets a touch, too strong, cleared away by the Trailblazer back line. The Lopes throw it in quickly. Mondragon makes a move for a Marco Afonso.
Ooh, Afonso wanted a handball on that one. He thought that
referee did not agree. Was very close, couldn't quite tell.
He thought Dixie State got a hand on that one.
Lopes pick it back up. Here's a shot. Moore gonna make a save, his second on the day. Headed back towards the goal box of Tesoriz and then cleared away on the slide by Ariel Aguas. Lopes take it away for a moment again. Trying to get it out of that corner. Almost turned over as Abadessis coming on. The Lopes get it away for a moment, and now tripped up from behind was Maximilian Moeller, and the Lopes will get another free kick. First foul of the half. Isai Isley will come over and take the free kick. And he'll go quickly. Marios Andreo will give him the return pass. And they'll play catch and we'll start things back up. Far side of the field. Lopes unable to really clear it out of this defensive third at the moment. As Isai Isley will boot it out of play towards the platform, and Dixie State will get another throw in. Into Alibi in the corner. Lopes will get it back again. They'll play quick to George Tesoriz, and now back for Easley. Taken away by Dixie State. Dixie State really applying pressure here in the first 4 minutes of this second half. Corner kick for Dixie State in their second of the game.
Well, Dixie State's offense slowly starting to come alive here in the second half early on. Putting pressure on this Lopes defense for, I mean, other than that goal given up off that free kick, really what feels like the first time.
Looking to equalize early in half number 2. Larson Rogers sends it in, headed down. Lopes able to clear, looking to get it for Yasuda, who gets a touch, and now it's taken back by Dixie State all the way back to Jacob Moore. Errant pass as Yasuda takes it away, and now the Lopes will look to capitalize. Yasuda all alone by himself. He'll have a rip. And a handball, and the Lopes are going to get a free kick.
Yeah, Yasuda wanted that one as soon as he got down, shot up and looked at the ref. Definitely thought that Dixie State defender got a hand on that one. I think that was the right call there by the ref, Kyle.
So you see Yasuda, Afonso, and Andreu standing over it. I would assume Marco Afonso would be the Lope that takes this kick, as Rasmussen is on the bench for the time being. See what Afonso tries to do with it, or if Andreu will take. Runs over, Afonso, and it's saved. Rebound is gonna get out of play, and a goal kick.
Oh, one heck of a shot there by Alfonso, but just read perfectly by Moore. He guessed right on that one, able to punch it out, but Afonso with a good looking shot there.
Take it away, Alibi. Crossed in, flicked back in. Tesouris comes out. He will come up and catch it.
Oh, Tesouris wasted no time there, not even going to give it a chance to get deflected out, taken over.
Aguas has it for the Lopes. He'll play Mondragon.
Ooh, Mondragon goes down hard there, Kyle.
Yeah, and we're gonna get a yellow card, it looks like, on Matt Lockwood, number 2, the transfer from NC State.
Good to see Mondragon able to get up and walk that one off.
He took a big hit on that. Lockwood picks up the card, the first of the game for Dixie State. It is Lockwood's second yellow of the season. Andreu makes a turn, finds Afonso. Miscommunication between Andreu and Afonso, and the Lopes are going to get it back. Finds Pedro Mondragon trying to get around Lockwood, can't do it. And Lockwood clears it away. Afonso in the middle, Moeller. Mondragon serves one up. Deflected out of play, corner kick coming for the Lopes. Afonso's gonna jog over and take it and try and give the Lopes a 3-1 lead. Afonso crosses it in. Nobody home on the backside. It's over everybody, and now Logan will pick up the rebound and look to get back in the middle. This is cleared away by the defensive again of the Dixie State Trailblazers. Alibi takes it. Getting one through. And taken out of play by Alejandro Fernandez-Alcade. Drop back in the middle. Shumo spins it over to Lockwood. Back in, Alibi. Trying to force one through, gets to the middle. Larson Rogers had that shot blocked. Lockwood and Shumov couldn't quite decide who was gonna get there. And the foul's going to be on Moeller before Moeller was taken down, and the Lopes bench can't believe it.
Well, Moeller can't believe it either there, Kyle. Kyle, I definitely think that Moeller thought that he got drugged down on that one before he even committed a foul. Controversial call there by the ref. But nonetheless, that'll be the 11th team foul on GCU.
Shumov will drop it back, and we will restart. Dixie State retains possession far side. Lopes will win it back, and we'll start things back up on that far side of the field. Still up 2-1. 10 minutes in to this second half of play. Dixie State, though, has really given the Lopes fits early on. This one gets to Afonso. He'll turn, try and find Mondragon, and they'll connect. Drop back for Ariel Aguas. Andreu. Out wide. Fernandez Alcade with it. Sending it in. Crossed to the penalty spot, but cleared away for the moment. Now Isai Easley has it for the Lopes. Sending it back up. Yasuda to his left foot. Can't pick out a teammate. And the Lopes will get it back again. Lopes trying to flex a little bit of muscle and get on the board for the third time in this one.
Well, they're putting pressure here on this Dixie State defense, Kyle. Definitely have the momentum to add goal number 3 as we're just over the 56-minute mark.
That one's sent in the middle. Alexis Canales, who's played every minute of this game so far, finds Yasuda. Drops it back for Canales. Send across. Isai Easley with it, the junior captain and the only Lope on the preseason all-WAC team. Lopes were picked to finish 4th in the preseason poll, sitting in first place right now at a perfect 5-0 on the season. They did have 2 games canceled early on, the first 2 of the year, so will not play Utah Valley or UTRGV as they were supposed to. Of course, that Utah Valley game was supposed to be the home opener.
And you mentioned Easley, the sole member of the Lopes team on that preseason all-WAC squad in 2019 as a sophomore, named all-WAC honorable mention. Started all 15 games for the Lopes, appeared in 17, and was named WAC Defensive Player of the Week back in September 9th. First performance in the win over Oregon State. Of course, that month of September earned WAC Student Athlete of the Month.
Buse will check back in for Dixie State. And the goal kick will be taken by Jacob Moore of the Trailblazers. Lockwood with it. Finds Buse. Rogers in the middle. Shumov has it taken away and a whistle, and he's going to pick up a yellow card after taking out Tosh Yasuda. Second card of the game for Dixie State. 5th overall in this one, as that will be the 24th foul between the two sides. 13 for the Trailblazers, 11 for the Lopes as it stands right now, and I got a feeling that we are not done. Easley has it up. Yasuda on the turn, trying to feed one through. He'll connect for a moment, overran it, but gets it back. Here come the Lopes again, tried to turn and get a shot away. Can't do so. That one's gonna stay in play. That was Andreu trying to get a beautiful one in, but couldn't do it. It was a great combination play. Cross back in. Over the top of everybody. This one's gonna stay in play. Lockwood's gonna pick it up. Ariel Aguas had to be careful as the speedy Idris Alibi was barreling down on him. And you got to be careful and know where Alibi is at all times. He's got the goal on the penalty kick. He even drew the penalty kick for Dixie State as this one gets through. Logan on the far end. Canales will send one over. Afonso looking to keep it in play. Will do so, but the offside flag was up. And this will be Cade Ballingham to take it for Dixie State. Logan sending it over. Nobody running onto it for the Lopes as Dixie State picks it back up and will look to get things going. It's popped up, stays in play. Dixie State has it again. Ballingham. Send one up, but it's right to Pedro Mondragon. Almost turning it over, and he'll turn and find the junior captain in the middle of the field. Canales to Afonso. Tried to settle it down, but too strong as Buse takes it away. In the middle, Shumov. Andreu gets it back for GCU. Here comes Grand Canyon. Chipping one up, looking for Yasuda. Headed away by Ballingham. But it's right to the Lopes. The Lopes defense happens to be in the right place at the right time. Really getting easy stops on this Dixie State offense. And counterattack. They haven't been able to string a ton of passes together except for the few that found Idris Alibi for the penalty kick. Or that ultimately drew the penalty kick and then the goal. And it's still a 2-1 lead for the Lopes. And that's going to be a foul.
Oh, and it looks like Andreu is down, Kyle. Andreu being a little bit of pain. Let's see if he hops back up here shortly.
It's going to be a yellow card and the foul on number 29, Jimmy Villasenor, the Las Vegas, Nevada native who did not play last year. He redshirted, so the redshirt freshman as Andreu's still sitting down there. Trainers haven't been called on yet, so it looks like he's going to be okay. So now 3 yellow cards each for both sides.
Oh, that's foul number 25 of the game, Kyle. And you were right at the beginning of this half, not too long ago. Plenty of contact, very physical first half, and it's carrying over here in the second.
Into the corner, Lopes keep it in play. Finding Andreu. Now switch back over. Fernandez Alcade back to Andreu. Looking for Alejandro Fernandez Alcade again. He'll get there. He'll cross one in. Headed away. Settled down. Afonso trying to get around to his left foot. And he'll have to give it up. He will. Out wide again. Fernandez Alcade. Headed. It found the back of the net and a goal for the Lopes. It's the freshman, Maximilian Moeller.
Well, Maximilian Moeller has had good looks all night. Finally got the ball he was looking for. Maybe not have been the prettiest one, but able to get his head on that one. Sink it in the back of the net, and the Lopes will go back up by 2 points here.
Third goal of the season for the freshman from Germany, having outstanding freshman year, and he adds on to his goal total, the second leading goal scorer on this team behind Justin Rasmussen. Assists by Yasuda and Fernandez Alcade. Now Dixie State back to a 2-goal deficit at 3-1. Here in the 62nd minute. Pick back up, Lockwood for the Trailblazers. Going in hard, Lockwood to his left foot. Lockwood has a go. Deflected, rebound chance. Sent in another penalty kick wanted for Dixie State, not gonna get there. Got a Trailblazer down in the middle of the box still. Cross back into the penalty spot, cleared away. And out, a Trailblazer throw. John Deere Porta, the redshirt senior midfielder who redshirted last season, is down at the penalty spot, and the trainers are being called on now for Dixie State.
Well, obviously something you don't want to see. Hopefully he's able to get back up and be all right. A very physical game so far, Kyle, but no injuries on either side.
As they tend to Porter, we'll take a look at the Lopes head coach. And in his final home game, Shellis Heineman, 508 wins, 169 losses, and 58 ties in his 37 years. He's in his 6th year at the helm of the Lopes, looking to take them back to the NCAA tournament before he rides off into the sunset of retirement. Well, while we have a chance, Dom, let's take a look at the GCU upcoming schedule.
Well, of course, all home games will be streamed on GCU TV as always. Of course, we got softball at Utah Valley this Saturday coming up at 1 p.m. Women's soccer will take on California Baptist Thursday here at home at 7 p.m. And then men's volleyball will take on UCLA next Friday at 6 p.m. inside the GCU Arena. Again, catch all home games for the Lopes right here on GCU TV.
Dixie State will reset on the throw-in, and number 17, Duncan McKenna, checks back in for the injured Porter. And we're back underway with the Lopes, looking to go long, but it's chested down and back for the Trailblazers. Abadessa drops it back for Dillon, who sends it over to Ballingham and back to the offensive half of the field. Abadessa return pass. Back for Dillon.
Well, and if you're Dixie State here, now is the time to make your move. You're down by 2 goals coming up on the 64th minute. Really time to try and apply some pressure and just go all out here. Try to scrape something together.
The Lopes send that one up. Ballingham. Right to Logan. Afonso will wait on it. Logan will head it back for Pedro Mondragon. Andreu out wide, Yasuda back for Alejandro Fernandez Alcade. Yasuda has it now for the Lopes. Moeller, one more in the middle, almost got a touch. It's still there. Rebound, Moeller! Give him 2!
How about the freshman from Germany being at the right place at the right time, Kyle? Off the rebound, puts it in the back of the net. That's goal number 2 for Maximilian Moeller. And the Lopes, what a comfortable 4-1 lead here. Coming up on the 65th minute of play in this game.
2 goals by the freshman from Germany in a matter of 2 minutes and 35 seconds. It's a 4-1 lead, and Moeller's got 4 goals now on the season for the Lopes.
Well, talk about an addition to Coach Shellis Heineman's squad. the freshman from Germany, coming in and making a big impact early on in this season.
And you know what? The Lopes no stranger to having international players on the roster. They got 8 guys that represent 11 guys that represent 8 different countries this season. And Coach Shellis Hyman is a very good international recruiter and finds very good international talent like Maximilian Moeller, George Tesorius, and Marios Andreu, just to name a few.
I think that statistic, Kyle, speaks volumes to the recruitment here at GCU, but you got to also give credit where credit is due. That speaks volume to Coach Shellis Hyman as a coach, that players are coming from all over the world as far as Germany, and you got, of course, George Tesorius from Cyprus, as well as Afonso from South Africa, amongst others, coming all over the world to play for the legendary Coach Shellis Hyman.
Yeah, I got 3 guys from England. 3 guys from England, a man from Ecuador, Ghana, a couple from Cyprus. Again, 8 countries represented on this Lopes roster this season. You can give the assists to Andreu and Logan on the Maximilian Moeller second goal. Mondragon has a man in the middle, can't connect. Lopes do take it away. Canales won it back. Aguas back for George Tesorius. He sends it up. Headed, can't find Yasuda. Abadesa plays it off of Tosh, and it's out of play. Moeller's got it. Moeller will play it back. Andreu tried to slot one through, and it's taken away by Abadesa. And the Dixie State defense, who will play it up now. Lopes take it back as the Havocs that are here trying to get the team going, as they got the drum line out just off to our left. Alibi in the corner. Offside flag is up, and the Lopes will get it back. Trailblazer down on the far side. Referee's going to stop the clock to check on him. Calling for the training staff. That's Alibi, I believe, on the far side.
It'd be a big blow if it is. Of course,
Well, now there's another one as well, down in the middle. As Alibi walks towards the goal line and steps off, the trainer trying to figure out who to tend to first. Maybe just a couple of cramps, as you see the other one, Duncan McKenna, number 17, he's back up, and it looks like we can get a 1-for-1 substitution due to the injured Idris Alibi, and it looks like they're going to send in Georg Bjornsson for the Lopes.
And it looks like Alibi behind GCU's goal, kind of stretching out over there, walking off slowly with the trainer. I'm going to group that speculation. I think it looks like it was a few cramps there for Alibi. We've seen this happen many times throughout GCU soccer, as many players from out of state come and visit not expecting the heat, cramp up a little bit.
So Bjornsson in for the junior captain Isai Easley. Mondragon will replace him. Bjornsson now replaces Mondragon on the near side. 2 more substitutes to come in at the next chance, 1 for each side. Crossed all over on the switch. Crossed in, it's popped up. Moeller's got it, looking for the hat trick. He'll play it in the middle. Oh, look for the return pass from Yasuda. Couldn't quite get it there. As Dylan turns it around and finds Abadesa. Yasuda picks it up for the Lopes and finds Bjornsson. Drop for Aguas. Aguas taken out from behind by Duncan McKenna. And another foul on Dixie State. Played back for George Tesorice. Bjornsson, the man from Iceland, gets it to Yasuda.
Yeah, you mentioned it, a couple substitutions waiting on the sideline. Kyle, it's Will Clark waiting to sub in the game. Will Clark, the sophomore out of Peoria, Arizona. Sandra Day O'Connor, high school alum. Waiting to sub in for GCU on the sideline.
The Lopes play it all the way back for Tesorice, and he'll get it to Aguas. Look to start things back up for the Lopes. Taken away, McKenna drops it off. Lockwood looking for the pass, but Bjornsson's going to take it away and find his goalkeeper to reset. Mondragon picks it up for GCU in the middle. Andreu trying to steal. He'll do so successfully. Plays it over for Alejandro Fernandez Alcade. Now for Afonso. Afonso looking to play it up. Logan with it on the far side. Logan makes a move through a defender, but can't contain the ball once it got through, and Dixie State takes it back for a moment. Taken away by the Lopes. Sent in, looking for Moeller. Bounces past him. Moeller, hat trick! 1-2, give him 3.
3 goals tonight for the freshman from Germany, coming and making a major impact early on in the season and a huge one in this game. Congratulations on the hat trick, Maximilian Moeller.
So he came into the night with 2 goals, second place on this Lopes team, and he's gonna end the night possibly with the tie with Rasmussen at 5. And it's 5-1 Lopes as Charles Noel, excuse me, Justin Rasmussen and Will Clark check in. Logan, Yasuda, and Canales are off for the Lopes.
How about Maximilian Moeller flexing his muscles a little bit against Dixie State tonight? It's a big hat trick for the freshman.
So Charles Noel will make an appearance here for the Lopes, just his second game of the season. Played 13 minutes so far. And now the senior captain Rasmussen is also back in for the first time in this second half, likely to get the send-off he deserves. Would not be surprised at this point if you got to see a different goalkeeper here in a few minutes for George Tesorice. Try and see if we can look down the line and see if there's somebody warming up down there in that goalkeeper spot. Wouldn't be surprised to see Michael Haynes for the Lopes, the other senior goalkeeper. They got 4 on this roster. The other 2, a junior and a sophomore. Or just a sophomore, excuse me. There's just 1 more.
Well, wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little minutes getting in by Michael Haynes on the senior night. Of course, Tesorice, not a lot to worry about here as the defense is playing solid. Got themselves a nice 5-1 lead.
3 goals in the second half, all by Maximilian Moeller. And how about a hat trick in 9 minutes for the freshman? Lopes get the throw. Afonso has it. He'll send it over to Aguas. Looking for Bjornsson.
Oh, Bjornsson goes down hard there. Good to see him be able to hop back up. Let's see if we get a card out here on the field.
Not going to get one. Surprised there wasn't one. That was a late challenge. Rasmussen also picked it up. Kind of surprised they didn't play advantage either and then revisit it. But the Lopes are going to try and serve one up, and let's see if they try and pick out Maximilian Moeller, the 6'3" freshman, for his fourth. Sending it in. Back post, it is headed, but the offside flag was up.
A good sequence there by the Lopes. I like the pressure they're putting on Dixie State's defense, even up by 4 goals here this late in the game. The Lopes firing on all cylinders with their foot on the gas, not letting up anytime soon.
AJ Sampini back in, number 32 for Dixie State. He's in for Villasenor. Andreu picks it up. Noel back for Mondragon. Mondragon makes a move. Sends it over to Alejandro Fernandez-Alcade, who will return it in the middle. Now Bjornsson with it. Mondragon. Fernandez-Alcade. Finding Afonso. Afonso looking to switch. Finding the captain, Rasmussen. Rasmussen is in. Justin Rasmussen, right-footed shot. It's just wide.
Oh, and the captain wanted that one bad, Kyle. I'll tell you that much. That one barely missing a good look there by the senior Justin Rasmussen.
They have not scored 6 goals in a game since they scored 7 against Point Loma back in October of 2012. See how many more they tack on in the final 15. Bjornsson's got it now for the Lopes, sending it up. This is Cameron Weller. He just checked in. Weller checked in for Maximilian Moeller just moments ago as Bjornsson has it. Noel across for Andreu. Rasmussen. Bjornsson finding his teammate, making a turn in the middle. Corner kick coming for the Lopes. Afonso's going to take this one.
Nice little move there by Bjornsson in the box to try to finesse around his defender. Well cleared out by Dixie State.
See what the Lopes can do off this corner. Penalty spot played in. It's down and cleared away. But only as far as Pedro Mondragon, who will give it back to George Tesouris. Taken away in the middle again. Great defense from Dixie State that time. Now it's picked up with speed. That's Gavin Coe with it, but he'll be whistled for a foul.
Well, Tesouris is going to clear this one out as he does. Setting up the offense. Of course, Tesouris tonight has 3 saves. Moore has 3 saves as well. But Tesouris, not a lot of work to be done on the defensive end.
As this one finds Marco Afonso. Plays it off, offside flag is up, much to the chagrin of Coach Hyman. Yeah, George Tesori's, Dom, like you mentioned, not been too busy, but he hasn't been very busy all season long.
Absolutely, and I guess if you're a goalie, you can't really complain about that much. Your team looking to go 6-0 here to start the season, the best start in GCU history.
Yeah, just those 3 saves. You can give him 11 for the season. There's a reason why he came into this one tied for 3rd in the WAC in goals allowed and just sitting alone in 3rd for goals against average in the WAC, as he'll pick that up for the Lopes. We talked about East Isley being the only Lope member part of the preseason WAC teams, but I would not be surprised to see 2 or 3 Lopes on that team along with East Isley. You would expect Rasmussen and Moeller. I mean, after this performance, you would expect those 2 guys to be on that list as well.
And I believe they do a freshman team as well, Kyle. Is that
Yes.
Is that it? I believe Moeller.
He'll probably end up on both.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say Moeller might walk away at the end of the season with a couple different awards.
That one's taken away, and a couple of slide challenges from Mondragon. Keep it, but now the shot is high and out of play. And a couple of guys down. 1 for each side. It's Andreu for the Lopes. And McKenna, who gets up limping just a little bit for Dixie State, is back to his feet. But Andreu still down. Looks like Mondragon might be stretching him out, as the training staff will tend to him.
We saw Alibi walk off the field not too long ago with some cramps. Hopefully Andreu is the same, able to work it out of his leg as the training staff is tending to him now.
Marios honored tonight as part of the senior class from Cyprus. Played in 5 games coming in to this season, or into tonight. He played 5 games. It started all 16 that he played in a season ago and logged just under 1,400 minutes played. He had 2 goals in his career, got a couple of goals and a couple assists on his season now. He will walk off, and Mitch Stevens, number 6, will come on, the Springfield, Missouri native, who did not play a season ago, but has made 2 appearances this year and played just 9 minutes. He is in, as looks like Coach Hyman is beginning to clear his bench, so that will likely end Marios Andreu's day and his home career in a Lope uniform. We also saw Tashi Suda check out moments ago. As I would expect any minute Justin Rasmussen as well, because you don't want any unforeseen injuries to your upper class leadership team.
Absolutely, especially as this season carries on and starts to dwindle down slowly. You get to the WAC tournament, and then you're looking eventually to go long term over to the NCAA tournament, obviously, like we mentioned, in North Carolina. So you want to make sure that your players staying healthy out here, especially with such a good lead.
That one got out of play. It's going to be a corner kick for the Trailblazers, as another couple substitutions looking to come on as well. We saw East Isley check out back in the 60th or so minute as well. That likely ends his day. You just want to get as much rest, and especially with those guys that were on yellow cards, Aguas, East Isley, Pedro Mondragon, you don't want them to be suspended going to Seattle next week.
Absolutely not. All of those guys very valuable to the squad, will be needed up in Seattle.
They'll end their year at Seattle on April the 5th, and then on the 10th, the finale at UNLV before going back to UNLV for the WAC tournament on the 13th through the 17th. Of course, the WAC women's tournament also on those same dates. It'll be right here at the GCU Soccer Stadium, as GCU women will return home to take on California Baptist, like we talked about in the upcoming schedule, next Thursday and Saturday to round out their home season.
The Lopes are 9 minutes away from starting their season 6-0.
Moving to 4-0 here at home. And they will end undefeated at home, as it would appear this result is going to stand, as William Colhane will check in, the senior for Ariel Aguas, the other senior. Colhane, of course, doesn't get a ton of action. He's played in 2 games and logged 42 minutes. He's the transfer from Richmond International Academic and Soccer Academy. He scored 10 goals with 14 assists during his time there. He is from Edmond, Oklahoma. He is into the game for the first time here on senior night. Hugs from the Lopes bench for Ariel Aguas as he checks out for the final time at the GCU Soccer Stadium. Looking to find Stevens. They found him and he will recover. That was Colhane who just checked in. Alfonso tried to go around. This will bring William Colhane over to take the throw. Still get it on the side, looking for Marco Alfonso, but that one's booted into the Havocs. Another throw coming for the purple and white.
Havocs getting a little loud here, down to the last, what's coming up on last 7 minutes of the game.
As they had to throw the ball back in there and it hit a couple of the Lopes players sitting down right there. I can't quite tell who that is off the screen.
Oh, those Havocs always causing trouble.
Oh, that was Tosh Yasuda that one hit. As that one's played back in the middle, there's a shot, and that's going to go well wide. Didn't quite connect with that. It's all the way out of play for a throw-in. Tosh Yasuda was just looking to sit down and have himself a nice little break, and he didn't really expect to get hit by a throw by the Havocs. He laughed it off. They had some fun with that one.
The Havocs just sending in their love on senior night there. Letting them know they're thinking about him.
This one gets to Bjornsson. Colhane calling for it. He'll get it. He'll slide and stop it, trying to find Afonso. Off of Colhane. Throw in. We approach the final 6.5 minutes of play. Still got some seniors on the field. Colhane, of course, just checked in. Afonso's out there. Rasmussen to Soares are your seniors, along with Pedro Mondragon as well. Or not Pedro Mondragon, excuse me. He's just a sophomore. Keep mixing him up a little bit there. It's the second time I said that.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's played tonight as if he's been on this field for the last 3 or 4 years, and he's definitely going to be a bright spot in this Lopes program going forward.
Had the first Lopes goal tonight. This finds Marco. Finding Will Clark. He scored that 3rd goal against California Baptist last week. Stevens pops it up. Bjornsson. All the way across. And dropped back. Here comes Dixie State as it's taken away. Looking to feed that one up. They got it. Here comes GCU. See if he can get the drop pass away. Cutting back in. Taken out. No whistle.
Whoa, an interesting call there, Kyle. Again, once again, folks at home, I wish you could see the look on Kyle Borg's face right now. Looks like there should have been a whistle on that play.
You know, from up here, it looks like a foul, of course. But maybe the score has something to do with it. I think the Lopes bench is okay with it not being a foul. And how about, not quite yet, but it looks like Michael Haynes is going to get ready to check in as the Lopes desperately want to get him as much time as possible here. But Dixie State has possession on the far end. Still Dixie State ball. No substitution allowed to be made just yet, unless Dixie State was making one, but it does not appear that Coach Broadhead is going to do that. 4.5 minutes left. Headed back to Soares. He'll let it go to his feet and wait for pressure and pick it up. So Soares boots that one long. Looking for Rasmussen off the head. Lopes are going to get the ball and the substitution. Michael Haynes, the senior, will check in. Where's number 44? The senior from Scottsdale, Arizona. The 6'1 goalkeeper with a hug from his mate, George Tesouris. The two seniors embracing.
Oh, Tesori's jogging off the field for one last time here. He's going to finish this game with 3 saves.
Maybe we get Michael Haynes a save as well.
Love to see it on senior night.
Let's get Dixie. Hopefully Dixie State can get something going here on the top half just so we can see Michael Haynes in action. Now it's crossed in. Rebound, Rasmussen almost had it as it's poked away at the last second. That one was sitting, waiting for Justin.
Yeah, good looking cross there.
Was the leading goal scorer before Maximilian decided that he wanted to have a hat trick and tie the senior captain at the top of the leaderboard for the Lopes. Crossed in, taken away. Still in play. Secondary cross into the hands of Jacob Moore. So now, with the 5 goals the Lopes have scored, they have 15 as a team, and 10 of them have come from either Moeller or Rasmussen. That one will get headed down. Stevens, not a strong header as it almost got to Haynes, and the pressure was on from McKenna as this one will get to Michael Haynes, and he'll get his first touch. Sends it up Bjornsson. In an onside position, here comes Dixie State again. Far side cutting back to the middle. All the way back to the middle. There's a shot, and it's over Haynes' head. There you go, face a shot. Wasn't necessarily on goal, but you still got to see one.
Absolutely, a little bit of action here in your senior night. Michael Haynes getting some minutes in as we're coming up quick on the 88th minute of this game. The Lopes 2 away from going 6-0. Their best start in program history.
So this is, in fact, the first time Michael Haynes has seen any action in a Lopes uniform. Comes here on senior night as the Lopes will stay undefeated at home and on the season. As Weller takes it away. Cameron Weller back in the middle. Charles Noyel tried to find one, so Alfonso couldn't do so. Lopes still have it, however. Finds the captain Rasmussen. He'll take a touch out wide. Final minute and a half. Rasmussen back to his left foot, but Jacob Moore comes up with the stop.
A good looking long shot there by Rasmussen.
Yeah, so the only senior we're not going to get to see tonight is going to be Ray Gatton. He was out with an injury, it looks like. So we saw 8 of the 9 seniors here tonight as that one almost got to Alfonso, and we'll get to the final 60 ticks of the clock here on this men's soccer season in the 2021 spring campaign for the Lopes. As the lights will go down on this one for the final time here at the GCU Soccer Stadium. But not before Alfonso picks it up. Maybe the Lopes get one more. Alfonso taken down. The Lopes are going to get a whistle and a foul. Lopes want to go quick. I'm thinking that they want more. Colhane. Finding Alfonso. Crossing one in to the back. So let's see if we get a secondary chance. Trying to keep it in. Can't do so on the backside.
Last 15 here.
10 seconds remain on this GCU soccer season here at home. Lopes will hold, and that's gonna do it. Coach Shellis Heineman and the senior class will go off with a victory here to end the home campaign for the Lopes in a 5-1 victory over WAC newcomer Dixie State.
Absolutely. You can't ask for a better performance, both offensively and defensively, all around for the Lopes. Of course, defensively, George Tesori's did have those 3 saves. The Lopes had 9 shots on goal, 17 total shots, and 5 goals that sunk in the back of the net in total.
So let's now take a look at your Copper State player of the game. And in a 5-1 win, Dom, you tend to just have someone to give it to? Well, we do. It's Maximilian Moeller.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this stat line. 3 goals off 5 shots, 3 shots on goals. Of course, all of them going in. So the freshman coming in, going on 5 goals on this early season. Freshman from Germany, a good addition, proven very, very well for Coach Shelis Heidman's squad. And he's going to be your Copper State Credit Union Player of the Game.
So Maximilian Moeller, the hat trick to give the Lopes a comfortable 5-1 victory. And now we'll take a look at the final stats brought to you by Commonwealth Insurance.
Oh, here's your Commonwealth Insurance game summary. Total shots, we take a look at that one. GCU outshot Dixie State 17-10. GCU also had 9 on goal compared to Dixie State's 4. Of course, George Tesorius with 3 saves, and then Moore on the Dixie State side had 4. There were 2 offside fouls for Dixie State, and then GCU only collected 4. And in total, 28 fouls, 11 going to GCU, 17 going to Dixie State, and GCU will win this one 5-1, courtesy of 3 goals coming from the freshman Maximilian Moeller.
And the Lopes defense did not allow a shot on goal in that second half. Of course, Dixie State had 4 shots on goal in the first half. So another 5-1 victory for the Lopes as they will move to a perfect 6-0 on the season and a perfect 6-0 in Western Athletic Conference play. Undefeated here at home to end the season. Dixie State falls to 2-5 with the same record in WAC play. We thank you remember, you can follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and don't forget to download the Lope Nation app so you can watch all the live streams from your mobile device, or subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Thank you for tuning in all season long to GCU men's soccer here on GCU TV. It was our pleasure to bring you this team all season long, and of course they will go out with a victory. Our next soccer broadcast will be next Thursday evening when the Lopes women's soccer team will be home for their final 2 conference home games against California Baptist University. Well, to the senior class too, George Tesorius, Justin Rasmussen, William Colhane, Marco Afonso, Tosh Yasuda, Mario Sandreu, Ray Gatan, and Ariel Aguas, congratulations on outstanding careers in a Lopes uniform, and to Coach Shelis Heidman, who picked up his 509th win of his career. The Hall of Famer will go off into retirement at the end of the season. Thank you, Coach, for being a pleasure to talk to and allowing us into your team and getting to know you and the team over the past 7 seasons at the helm of GCU soccer. Well, for our wonderful GCU TV crew, for Dominic Hitton, I am Kyle Borg saying have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your weekend, and as always, go Lopes.